ask the first question, how's the hamstring?
It's good.
Care to elaborate?
How much did you do today? We saw you throw, but what did you do after?
Just getting it worked on. Trying to get ready for Sunday.
Do you anticipate yourself playing Sunday?
As of right now, yeah.
How's it, I mean, obviously you've stayed really healthy this year for the most part. Have you been hurt at any time really throughout your career? What's it been like just kind of having to fight through this?
I haven't really been hurt all season. I mean, I've been hurt throughout I got hurt during baseball season a couple of times, but during football season, never have I been hurt. So, having one game left, obviously want to finish the game out or finish the season out strong. Right now, obviously, hopeful to play. So, it's not like I'm not dying over it. So,
If they decide they're not going to play, are you going to be upset?
I mean, I think any competitor wants to play the game. So, especially being my rookie season, being the last one, having that bad taste in my mouth from the last game, yeah.
So even going back to high school and Pop Warner, you've never missed a football game due to injury?
Not that I recall. Actually, high school I missed one.
It's kind of weird that you get hurt more playing baseball than football.
Yeah.
How'd you get hurt playing baseball?
Just, I mean, same thing. I think it's just because you play early in the morning. You're cold. You're coming off the, sitting on the bench, and then you just got to get up and go. And it's just, it's a lot harder to play a full season of baseball than people think.
How are you going to know when you're ready, and do you have to convince Cliff and the medical staff that you're fine, you're going to be okay? How do you go about that run?
I think just see where I'm at. At the end of the week, listening to the training staff. I'm gonna be smart regardless of the situation. Understanding that if I can't be myself, then I'm not gonna put myself out there. Like I said, I'm not gonna hurt the team in that way. But if I can go, I'm gonna go.
Looking back in the last 4 months, is there anything about the NFL that surprised you?
No, I mean I prepared for it to be what it is. The elite of the elite. The best of the best. So I think just each week, just trying to get better. I wouldn't say a surprise. No.
How important is Rookie of the Year to you?
Obviously, I think anybody, those individual accolades, everybody knows about them. But for me, I think winning is the most important thing to me. And I know, throughout my whole career, it's always been, if you win, those things will come. So I don't know where I stand in those deals, but if I won it, it'd be a cool deal for sure.
Do you keep tabs on the other rookie QBs throughout the league? Do you know where they're at?
I met Daniel once. I've met Dwayne a couple of times. So there's more obviously, but I try to watch them as much as I can. Whenever they're on TV or see highlights and stuff like that. Just because we all came out together, and I'm very fond of those guys. So if I can get to watch them, I'll definitely try to sit down and watch.
Did you have any question about your ability to excel at this level, or did you know that was going to be the
No, it was never that. You talking about just like throughout, like making.
You haven't played in the NFL. You
Yeah.
watch it, but okay, how is my game going to translate? The speed of the game, how is that going to affect me? All those things.
Oh, I think every rookie goes into to their first season kind of wondering how long will it take them to get adjusted, all that type of stuff. How fast is the game going to be? Same thing from going to high school to college. But for me, it wasn't. I was pretty comfortable right off the bat, and at this point, I feel really comfortable as far as being on the field. And I think that'll just continue to grow with the more reps that, we obviously get all together and, just being around coach and the whole system.
Has this year gone by faster than you had thought, or?
I remember, I think it was like week 6, and I was like, dang, we still got 10 games left. But because the college season, it's ending right about, that midpoint for us. But no, after I said that, this season kind of flew by. The first couple weeks kind of felt like, long, especially because you got preseason and stuff like that. And then, camp is also long. But looking back on it, no, it kind of flew by.
You said
What have you learned about playing 20 games, right? I mean, what have you learned about yourself and how to keep your...
Yeah, that's an adjustment. Still learning. Especially like coming off the bye week. Next year obviously gonna switch that up, try to switch that up and do something different. But I'm glad I went through it just because now I kind of have a feel for what it is like. To be in such a long season, and I think I'll be prepared for next year.
What are you proudest of the most in your game this year? What type of thing or what part of your game are you most proud of this year?
I don't know. I guess just winning. The wins that we did have, I think we should have a lot more. But I play to win. So.
Was there a point earlier this season you said you had a lot of confidence your game would fit in, but was there a point?
So
was there a point early in one of the regular season games where you thought, all right, I know I belong here, my game fits, I can play well at this level?
I always felt like I belonged. So I can't really. Yeah, I don't know.
What's your plan for the offseason? How much time are you going to take off?
I don't know. That's another thing. First year doing it, so never had this much time off. So it's all new to me. So hopefully we can get a good plan together.
After going through a whole season, are there certain things that you figured out that you need to work on more this offseason?
I think, like I've said it before. I think there's, everybody has things that they can get better at, in all areas. So we're, in the offseason we'll attack those.
Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson both quickly reached elite status by their second seasons. Is that intriguing to you, or it seems like young quarterbacks can already make serious impacts early on in their career?
I think the offenses are very quarterback friendly. I think we have a very quarterback friendly offense, and I'm not, as far as the elite status goes. I don't play to be mediocre. So yeah, I think that's very. I think that's a deal that can be obtained. So we'll see next year.
How will you guys do if Brett makes the start for you? How do you think he'll do, and how much trust do you have in what he can do with y'all?
How do you think that I'll do?
If Brett
Oh.
gets the start, how do you think he'll do, and how much trust do you have in him that he'll help?
He's been in the league a long time. He's played a lot of football. He's a smart guy. He's obviously got all the ability. So, I'm very confident in Brett. I know the guys are, and I think you saw it second half. So, I'm very confident in him.
Kyler, if you do sit, how will you do?
Yeah. Cheer on my teammates.
What more do you feel like you have to show this season? You've said that you've done some good things, right? And winning is the thing you're most proud of. What would you like to show if you get the chance to play one more time?
Just put out another good performance. Quarterback well, not take negative plays, move the ball down the field, score touchdowns, and get a win.
Would it matter to you that you got another shot at the Rams, because obviously that first game didn't go very well?
Yeah, it was tough. Yeah.
You're a quarterback. What's it like for a quarterback to go up against Chandler Jones? Seeing him in practice.
He's really big, so you can see him coming, and he's not very fast twitch guy. So for me personally, I would make Chandler miss, but he's obviously very disruptive, and he's a great player, and I'm glad he's on my team.
How much has this offense evolved and changed since you guys got here in May to what it is today?
Night and day. I think you saw it, playing the Seahawks Sunday, and then the first time we played them. It's like I said. It's amazing to see how bad we were at the beginning of the year. Just because, it's also frustrating, but at the same time you see the growth. So it's everybody's kind of optimistic about what we can be, and understand if we do things, we execute. It's hard to stop us. So, like I said, it's optimistic. We're optimistic about it, and going into next season, obviously we got to finish this week out strong and execute well on Sunday. But I think everybody, the more we get reps in the system, everybody gets more comfortable. I think the more dangerous we'll be.
How much of what you guys wanted to run, I guess, coming into the season, are you guys running, or how much are you going to adapt and adjust? stuff?
I mean, I think we had to switch up some of the stuff. Earlier in the season, we weren't running the ball as much as I think that we needed to, or it wasn't. We get down early, and then we had to throw the ball, and it just got predictable. And I think there has to be a good balance of what we're doing. You look at around the league, the good teams, majority of the good teams, have a run game and they play defense. So I think that's kind of the recipe to success in any form or fashion of football. So.
You're 5-9-1. How many more wins should you have had?
I mean, yeah, a couple more, a lot more.
Do you have any plays that stand out in your mind? Like, damn it, I wish I had that one back.
Yeah, there's a lot.
With as much as Cliff has talked about being kind of pass happy and running the air raid, did you wonder if he would run the ball as much as you guys can, or did he say, like, if we're running it well, I'm gonna keep doing that?
I think running the ball is one of those things, like, even if it's not working, you still got to, you got to attempt it, you got to try it, just because it keeps the defense honest. But no, I think everybody kind of understood, those first couple games, we weren't, our rushing yards, I don't know the stats, but they're probably minimal. So I think it's just something you got to do. You got to be able to run the ball because that just opens up everything else.
Looking back on the season, how would you kind of evaluate what it was like working with Cliff for the first time?
I mean, I just think that, the more we're together, the more, on field, in game, live situations you get with somebody, the more comfortable you get. And I just think that, once we get this thing rolling, it's going to be fun. And I think everybody will, we'll see, how, like I said, how good we can be.
The big question is, how much did your O-linemen like your Christmas presents, and what did you get them?
They haven't got it yet because it was raining today, but I think they'll like them. I know they'll like them. Should be Thursday. Yeah, we're not here tomorrow. I mean, I can't tell you what we got on.
Any update on Kyler?
Still day to day, tweak that hamstring, and we'll see how it progresses throughout the week.
What did the MRI show yesterday?
Just what we suspected. He tweaked it. It's going to be a day-to-day thing, and I said it earlier in the week, the reps are invaluable, but we want to be smart as well and make sure that if he's out there, he can play at a high level.
Will he practice today?
Yes.
How much of a fit is Kenyon for what you're doing, what you've become, what you want to be moving forward? How well does he fit in everything you're trying to do?
Yeah, I believe Kenyon's a fit in any offense, really. I mean, he has a skill set that can be a starting running back in the NFL in any system, it appears to me. I like his competitive spirit. I like how hard he runs, quick twitch, he can catch the ball out of the backfield, and the ability to take it the distance anytime he touches it is obviously a huge plus.
Cliff, when we get to this point in the year, a lot of talk about Offensive Rookie of the Year with Kyler and then Chandler Jones, Defensive Player of the Year. What are your thoughts on both of those guys?
Yeah, I mean, I don't pick them, obviously, but, I mean, both as deserving as anybody. I mean, you look at what Chandler's done. 19 sacks, leads the NFL. One of 3 players to ever have 4 in a game twice, and the names that he's up there with now, with Reggie White and the Strahan. I mean, it's phenomenal, and they're game-changing plays. He's taken the ball away, strip sacks. He's been as dominant as any player in the league, and brings it every week. And then Kyler, I mean, what he's done at the quarterback position as a rookie is almost unprecedented when you look at it. To come in, start day one, the production he's had, the game-changing plays, and then protecting the football, I think, set the rookie record for pass attempts, hasn't lost a fumble, the entire season, which is just incredible. And it's not one of those situations where he was able to come in and we were kind of, playing great defense and running the football. I mean, it's been on him week in, week out, and he's responded. And I think when you ask the teams he's played against, I think they would speak very highly of how he's performed.
You guys have gone through some rough times, the September start and the 6-game losing streak. Your demeanor, at least publicly with us, hasn't changed a whole lot. Is that who you are, or is that something, a coach that you saw kind of handle things that way? That's how you
I preach consistency to our guys. So if I show up and I'm down and wearing it, there's no chance that they're not. And I think a lot of people, when I got this job, thought this was the first year I was ever been a head coach. I've been out there for 6 years in Lubbock, and obviously we had our ups and downs there. And when you're at a place that's your alma mater and you love, and you're passionate about the kids and all that, and you get fired from there, I mean, you get some scars, and you learn some things about yourself and how to approach it.
What did you learn about yourself?
Just you better be consistent each and every day. You can't let the wins and losses define you as a person and define who you are as a coach. And I think that was the biggest thing I took away from that experience.
Did that happen to you sometimes at Texas Tech?
Yeah, I think early on. I mean, that's when all your friends, all your family are so connected to the program, and everybody, it's your whole life. It's like the whole weight of the world. It's kind of weighing in on you when you lose. I definitely let that affect me early on, and then you kind of figure it out and realize, hey, it's about how you do your job to the best of your ability every day, and a lot of the factors are out of your control.
Is losing different in the NFL compared to coaching in college?
Is losing?
The way you feel it, the way you receive it?
Yeah, I don't know. I think in the pro game, you always have a chance to really get back into it. Most of the time, you can get into the playoffs 9 and 7, things like that. And in college, you're essentially eliminated from the playoff if you lose 2 games, and that's really the ultimate goal for all programs, I think. And so I think the losses do probably feel a little different in that regard.
When you look at the Rams' offense, it looks like after that Baltimore game, they started playing more tight ends. Do you see that?
I do. Sean's one of the great offensive minds in the game, and he made adjustments, and they've been playing at a really high level. Jared's playing really well now, and that's the type of game it is. People change and evolve, and defenses try to catch up, and then offenses have to make changes, and Sean's as good as anybody at that.
Was there a point in your Texas Tech tenure when somebody talked to you about maybe staying more even keel? Was that something you came to the realization?
No, I think you have to learn it from yourself. I mean, you can talk to other people, but you just have to figure it out on your own going through that, and everybody does it at some point. And I was fortunate to do it at a young age in my career, and learned a lot about how to be a coach and show up every day and do your job and be consistent.
Have you heard from guys in the locker room how this year feels any different than last year?
Not really. We don't reflect too much on those things. It's just about each and every week trying to get better, and I think they understand that's our focus, and that's the approach each week.
Do you do anything in this game with 2020 in mind, knowing it's the last game where you get a look at guys in game action?
We've been doing that, I'd say, the last couple of weeks, but we want to put our best foot forward, and we're going to play the guys we think give us the best chance to win. And guys are practicing really hard, working really hard, and they know we're going all in to try and win this game.
How much have you talked to Chandler about the possibility of catching the string?
I haven't really. I mean, it's out there in front of him. He knows that, but I just always talk to him about, as a staff, how much we appreciate his effort, what he's brought this year. Out of the playoffs, we know that, but he plays like his life's on the line, and that's special for coaches to be around that.
You can't feed him the ball, so to speak. So how do you help him get 4 sacks?
You get a lead early, I think, and try to make them one-dimensional where they got to throw it a bunch. That'd be nice in a perfect world. But you just let him do his thing. They're going to have a plan for him. They did last time. Like I said, they're a very smart offensive staff, and so if it happens, it happens. But I know he'll give it everything he's got, just like he does every other week.
Do you plan on bringing your whole staff back?
That's a discussion for after the season. I'll sit down with Michael and Steve and see where everything's at and go from there.
How will you evaluate each coach? What will go into your decision whether or not you want them back?
Yeah, it's the first time I've ever worked with a GM on that side of things, and so with Michael and Steve to sit down in a room and talk through each position group and be brutally honest with ourselves and each other and come to a good place. I think that relationship to me has been vital with Steve, where we're very upfront with each other on what he sees, what I see, and then obviously Michael has the final say, and so I really like where that relationship's at, and we'll figure that out after the season.
What's the difference going to be this offseason? If you do put higher staff members compared to last year, where you didn't really know that many people around the NFL?
Yeah, I mean, I still don't. I mean, a thorough interview process will, if we need to make changes or people move on, will take place. That was one of the best things I felt like we did when we got here, was really talk to a lot of different people, and I think we got a bunch of good coaches on the staff because of it.
You spent a lot of time with those guys too, didn't you? I mean, Michael commented like some guys talk for 15 an hour. You talked to some guys for like all day and then into the next day? Yeah,
we did. We wanted to make sure, that's another thing I learned at Texas Tech. I mean, you better be very thorough in your hiring process and find the guys that fit you. And it's hard to do that in an hour, 2 hour sit down. You better get around them and see how they handle things in different situations.
kind of starting quarterback could Brett Hundley be for you Sunday if you need to call his number?
I think very effective. That's why we brought him here. When we brought him here, I talked to him about, hey, in our system, I watched you play in a similar system in college. I always thought this was what fits you best, and you saw it the other day, using his athleticism to make plays with his feet, moving around. He is a scrappy player. He's a smart player. He feels comfortable in our system, so if he's got to go, we'll have a good plan and just cut him loose, and we're not going to hold anything back. We'll let him try to win the game.
He was obviously excited the way it turned out, and for a guy who hasn't gotten a start in over a couple of years, how do you think he'll handle it?
He'll be excited, but like I've said, he's waited his turn. He understands that if he gets the shot this weekend, it's a huge opportunity. And he's been around this game enough to know, hey, just go out there and cut it loose, man. Don't have any regrets.
How's he been with Kyler? Where has he helped him the most?
He's been awesome. I think just how even keel he is. He's a guy who, he doesn't take life too serious, and so it never seems like it's life or death in that QB meeting or on the field. And I think that's been good with all Kyler has going on, all the pressure each and every week. He's really been a steady influence for him, and that's helped me.
How much have you liked what you've seen from your offensive line in terms of continuity, availability, and being able to play through pain?
That's been huge. Last year, just looking through it, I think they lost 5 starters, 6 starters, something like that. And to be able to keep pretty much the same group intact, Coach Kugler did a tremendous job of building that room, and they fight for each other. They play hard together. It's all about the group, and that's been fun to watch.